Okay, good. Come on, let's proceed now. So, what are we supposed to do now? We are supposed to understand how Swagger works. What is Swagger? First of all, see what does swag mean? Swag means style, isn't it? Swag se करेंगे सबका स्वागत. How many of y'all have heard that song? Swag se करेंगे सबका स्वागत. Okay, good. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Correct. Cool. Good. Yes, Salman Bhai. Kaushal, that's nice. Okay, Salman Bhai. So that's how it is. They've got a framework called Swagger. Well, it's not a framework. It's a tool. It's a tool, and you need to simply configure that tool, and when you configure that tool, it helps you to publish the APIs. I repeat, it helps you to publish the APIs so that the end customer exactly knows, the one who will be consuming your API. So see, this is the API that we have built, and then we go to Chrome, and if this is the API that is fired by Angular application, or if it is fired by React JS application, or if it is fired by Flutter application or Ionic application for mobile, whatever it is, whichever the client is. Low volume. Oh, is it? The volume is low. Okay, just a minute. Let me check. How is it? How is it now? How is the volume now? Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Right. So let's resume. So you see this, we have our we are getting the data here. So what I was saying was, any application may consume this API. It can be a mobile application, it can be a browser application. That browser application can be anything like an Angular application or React JS application. Any kind of application can consume this API, and it can get the data, and it can do whatever it wants to do with the API. It can do the listing or whatever it wants to do. The presentation logic will go on the front end. It's just that we are returning the value back. Correct? So, point is, how will the client know what is the signature of the API? What all APIs are provided? How will the client know what will be the type of the response? How will the client know what are the parameters that needs to be passed? Isn't it? For example, if I have to pass a parameter, I will create yet another API. This will be for getting a particular customer object. Do you remember what we decided as far as getting the customer object is concerned? If I want one single customer object, then this is how the API must look like, isn't it? One single customer object. Correct? You remember this? Right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write my code here. Right? I'm just duplicating the code. Okay, and here I'll say handle get customer one single, but here I will define a path variable called ID. See, what is the name of the path variable? ID. Okay, how do I get the value here? And I will be returning not the list of customer, but a single customer. And then here I'll say @path variable. I repeat, @path variable, and I will give ID. This must match, this ID here must match. But what will be the data type of it? I'll say integer. It will automatically convert this, though it is coming in string format, it will be converted to an integer automatically. Correct? We don't have to do that circus of request.get parameter. We don't have to do the circus of integer.parse. It will automatically do the needful. And then what I'm going to return back is customer service.get customer, and in brackets I will pass that ID as a parameter. Done? Simple. You can see this. So this is how you specify. This is exactly how you specify that ID will be the part of the path variable. It will be a path customer slash, I will say either 101 or 102 or 103, whatever I give, customer slash whatever value I give, that will go into this variable, because I'm saying this is supposed to be a path variable. Correct? Let me restart my application and test this up. correct? I go back to Chrome. So when I say customers, still that works, of course it is supposed to work, but if I say customer slash 101, I'm supposed to get just the data of 101. You see this 101, see the preview. But if I say 102, then I get exactly 102, I get 103, I get 104, right? And then 105 is also there. I believe I do have that in my database. But if I say 106, which is not there, you see I still get 200 as a success, but then I don't get any data. And here perhaps I may get some exception, which is also not there, which is okay. So let me try this out. Okay, just fire a select statement, nothing comes up, and then null goes and nothing happens. So how to handle the situation, this error in a situation, we will discuss that later. Forget about that for now. But we have, how many APIs do we have now? Come on, how many APIs do we have now? We have got two APIs. One is the one that returns to me a particular customer, and the other is the one which returns to me all the customers. Two APIs. In this application, I have two APIs. Now, how do you think the client will know how many APIs are there? What is the signature of each API? What is the data it returns back? What are the path variables that are available on the API? Whether there is a path variable or no path variable. If the path variable is not there, then in that case, maybe query parameters. Then what are the query parameters? All of that needs to be known, right? Right, all of that needs to be known. So how do you make that available to the client? How will the client know? The client will know basis Swagger. So you see, Swagger is, there is someone called Swagger Sharma. Wow. Swagger Sharma. Wow. Okay, so there is swagger.io. You see this is the tool. This is the tool that is used. API development for everyone, explore Swagger tools, and there are many, it is based on open API specification. And then you have Swagger Hub, which is on the cloud, and then you've got those tools also available. Now you need to configure these tools. Right? And when you configure these tools, see, the pro version is also available, wherein they charge something, but then the free is also available. So now I will configure Swagger out here. Right, so we need to include Swagger, isn't it? We need Swagger, correct? So how do you, up till now, how do you think we have been including the tools, technologies, libraries? If I want, how do you think I will be including it? Come on, tell me. In which file do you think I will specify that I need Swagger? Come on, friends, tell me. Yes, in the pom.xml file. If it was Gradle, then Gradle, correct? So here I need to specify Swagger. Perfect. I need to specify Swagger dependency. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to Chrome, and then again go to Maven Central. Yes, perfect. All right. I'll go to Maven Central, and then on Maven Central, I will search for Swagger, and I will get exactly. You see, Swagger annotations, Swagger models, Swagger core. So I need to pick up all of these, Swagger UI. So I need Swagger UI as well. I need Swagger core as well. I will need Swagger annotations as well. Okay, this is for Swagger IO version 3. This is the older version. This is for annotations, Swagger and core v3. And then this is IO Swagger IO. So let me take core and Swagger UI. So you have Swagger core and Swagger models also available. So see, there are different versions, my dear friends. There are different versions. You can see this. There are different versions here. So I must pick up the same version that for each one. Core, if I want models. So let me see whether we have UI for Swagger UI and okay, so let's see whether this is safe to pick up. So I will pick up this latest version 3, okay, and Swagger models. I'll pick up models later. So I will click on the Swagger core. I will click on 2.1.9. I will click here. I go back to my IntelliJ, and I'll just simply put that here. Right now, I'm going to do what? I'll say Maven, and I'll say refresh. Correct. It's bringing. Can you see this? It's downloading. Why? Because this is not there on my machine. If it's not there, it will bring up the latest one. It's going to bring up. Correct? It's there. Now refresh once again. Yeah, it picks up. Let me see if I can do away with the version, because if Spring Boot has a dependency on that, then in that case I don't need to put the version. No, it did not work. So I must give the version. Alright, so I must specify the version. So 2.1.9. Correct. So I have my Swagger. Can you see this now? I do have Swagger here. You see this Swagger core version 3, Swagger core 2. This is the version of the library, but they are calling it, core version 3. I believe this is the latest one. Correct. This is the latest one. So this is where you have, and I will go back now here, and I'll just go back, and I'll get the Swagger UI as well. Now what is Swagger UI? That will help me to get the user interface, wherein I will be able to see all the Swagger, all the APIs. So see, this is 3.x version. I again copy this, just click on that and it gets copied. I paste it over here, and then I refresh. So it will resolve the dependencies. If it's not there on my machine, it's going to download. I do have it on my machine, but older versions perhaps. I have older versions, and this is the new version, so it's downloading it again, because my other projects, we do use Swagger extensively. We cannot imagine, because otherwise how my front-end developers will know what back-end developers have developed, what is the signature of the API and stuff. So this is extremely important. Right, so you see this here, it's coming up still, it's indexing the library. Okay, it's all done. You see, no errors at all. And then you have got Swagger UI as well. Can you see this Swagger UI? Right, and this is Swagger core. I think this should be sufficient. If at all needed, we will have other files as well, but then otherwise this should be sufficient, right? So we will close this, and now I need to configure. So what if I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my Spring demo application, and this is where I can do the configuration. I repeat, this is where I can very well do the configuration. I will have to declare some beans. I repeat, I will have to declare some beans, and the beans that I declare will help me to will help me to get the Swagger UI. But even before that, I'm going to do @enable. Okay, you can see this, enable Swagger. I did pick up core, right? I do have core, Swagger core, yes. So enable Swagger. Swagger 2. Okay, that means we have missed some. Enable Swagger. Okay, so we do not have this at all. We do not have this. That means we have missed on some library, and we do not have that library here. So just a minute now, let me check it out in one of my applications, friends. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I need to take these dependencies. I will remove this, and I will take these dependencies, and now let me refresh. So this will come in fast because it's there on my machine. That's for sure there on my machine, so this will be fast. Okay. Okay, maybe the version of Spring Boot is different, so You see this, I have enabled Swagger here, so I can very well create a bean and then I can take it up. Okay, no problem. Let's see without the bean or without all of this it works or not. Let me see that. Okay, so we've got spring training. Let's restart and let's see whether I'm getting. So usually this is how it is: http://localhost 8081/swagger-ui.html. No, it has not picked up Swagger at all. So I of course need to. So maybe I am missing. What are the libraries here that we have taken up? IO Spring Fox Spring Swagger UI. IO Spring Fox, okay, Swagger UI, and then I have picked up dependencies: IO Spring Swagger 2 Spring Fox Swagger 2. Okay, so let's use this version. This version works. Okay, and then I have this also with me, and then the version here was 2.7.0. so let's keep the, okay, I'll keep this as the latest version, no problem. Let's see now whether I have @enable Swagger. Yes, you see, enable Swagger 2, correct? So I had picked up the wrong libraries there, which was not compatible with my Spring Boot. Now this is okay. Now I'll go to my services, and then you see this. Let me run this code. Let's see if you're going to define a bean or something. So we will do that, but then otherwise by default, let's see this. Oh, we should call class presentation class. No, I will have to change this also back to 2.7.0. Okay. Yes. So my application has started successfully now. I go back to my Chrome and I say refresh. Yes, you can see this here. So I have all my controllers picked up. All my controllers picked up here, right? All the controllers are picked up. You see customer controller, customer REST controller that we created. You see this. Forget about these customer controller. Customer REST controller is important for us. So you see this now. We have customer controller, customer REST controller. We've got customers, handle get customers. You're correct. Now you know what it has done is that it has gone berserk. It has picked up product controller also, and it has picked up loads of other things. But handle get customers delete get options. It is printing all. Okay, though we have not implemented this. So I'll go to my controllers. Let me comment this class. I will not mark this as controller. Let's see. Okay, I'll go to my product class as well. This also is not a controller anymore. I have REST controllers, and these are the two controllers that I have. These are the two APIs that I have: /customers and customers ID. Right, customer REST controller. Yeah. Okay. The reason is that I have not explicitly specified out here. I'll tell you why is that happening. That is happening because I did not explicitly specify what is this request mapping. So this request mapping can be invoked for all, not just simply get it. You can very well invoke a post and a put and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'll say method here, I'll say comma, and I'll say method is equal to, I'll write request method dot get. This is what I'm going to give, right? And this is supposed to be an array, so I'll give in this, right? Perfect, correct. And here also I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So it will give me only and only the ones that I need. You see this? I say refresh. Okay, there is a problem here. I did not give a comma. Let's run this again now. Now see, I'm going to get only two APIs. One is for customers and the other is for customer/ID. All right, that's what I'm going to get. So okay, once again refresh, you see this, only two. I've got get customers and get customers by ID. You can see that. What is the name of the function here? Get customers. And what is the name of the function here? Handle get customer. When I expand this, you see, it tells me what is the data that it will be returning back. So this is the response. Can you see this? In the response, what am I going to get? ID, name and address. So this is what the front-end application understands. So the front-end application need not look into your source code of the backend at all, because it picks up, this entire tool picks up very efficiently. What is it that I'm returning back from here? Based on that, it picks up the things. So you see this here now, this is customers, okay? And then if suppose it is by ID, so you see this is an array. Can you see this? This is an array. Okay, so the front end understands that I'll be getting an array. The front end will be getting an array of customer objects, and these will be the properties. Usko pura pata chal jata hai. And any parameter here? No, absolutely no parameter. Any security related thing here? No. Okay, now let's take a look at customers-id. You can see that response class. This is not an array because it will return one single customer object. Please see, not an array. Also see that it very clearly mentions that there is a parameter called ID, and the type of the parameter is path. Can you see this? Type of the parameter here is path. That's what it does. Please see. Correct, and it is required. I can try it out from here itself. I say 101 and I say try it out, and it will invoke that API and it will give me the data response body. Here you can see it also gives me the response headers. I can also go back and I say 102 and I say try it out. You can see this, it will give me the data for 102 IBM Pune. If I say 104 and I say try it out, it gives me 104 whereas Verizon Private Limited Mumbai. So this is how it is. This is what Swagger is. It helps you to, even before they write their front-end application, they can very well test their APIs using Swagger. They can test their APIs using Swagger. The front end can test their APIs using Swagger. I hope you're getting the point, friends. Right? You're getting it? Right? So what is it that I have done extra? I want you to implement this method. I repeat, I want you to implement this method, and I am giving you the libraries that you need to include. I'm giving you the library that you must include. Here you go. Correct? Here you go. And I will give you in the chat. Is that okay? I will give you in the chat. Correct? I will give you the library here in the chat to everyone. Here you go. So this is the libraries. I have put that in the chat. Please take it from there, and you put that library here. Okay, you cannot copy paste in VM, so you type it out. It shouldn't be that much of an effort. You see, this is what you need to copy. You need to type this out. I think this should be very easy, isn't it? See here, this is anyways a command. You don't need this. This is what you need to. So it's very simple. Your IDE will support you furthermore. Just say io.springfox, springfox swagger 2 and 2.7.0, and here springfox swagger UI 2.7.0. Okay, please do this, and do implement this API as well, like this. Please see, do implement this API like this, and then you will be able to get it. So first put this and refresh your Maven. Refresh your Maven after doing this. Okay, after putting these libraries, do refresh your Maven. Friends, do let me know once you have put this pom.xml file, then I will show you customer REST controller. Okay. Anyways, I have put in the chat as well, so you can see there in the chat and you can type it out in your VDI. Okay, that's pretty simple. See this, friends. See this friends, this is what you're supposed to implement in your customer REST controller. Just make sure that you implement this and this. See what I am highlighting here friends, please see. Request.get method, method is equal to request.get method. You need to do that. All there with me friends, you are doing this, right? Hope you are all doing this friends. Okay, good, cool. अस्सलाम। तो फिर वो 27 मई का जो लिंक है, अभी तुमने मेल देखा प्रभाकर का?
नहीं, वो नहीं देखा।
अरे आप यार मेल क्यों नहीं देखते हो यार? आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड यार। अभी वी आर इन अ कॉर्पोरेट यार, हम लोग काम धंधा करते हैं ना, हमारा मेल तो फटाक से सामने रहना चाहिए ना। ऐसे कैसे नहीं देखा आपने यार? कैसे? ऐसा धंधा थोड़ी होता है यार, ऐसा बिजनेस होता है क्या? हाउ कम? कभी मैं मतलब तुमको फ़ोन करके लोगों ने बोलना चाहिए कि बाबा मेल देखो प्लीज़, ऐसा? तो फिर क्या फ़ायदा मेल का? फ़ोन करके नहीं बोल देंगे जो बोलना है वो? आप मेल चेक करो, और वो बोल रहा है कि उसको 5 स्क्रीन्स देखेगा वो जो डिज़ाइन में, और 5 स्क्रीन्स देखेगा जो आपने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है।
ओके।
और वो देखेगा कि सही है कि नहीं है, राइट? और तुम्हारे हिसाब से बोलो, जो 27 तारीख को जो लिंक आपने मुझे फॉरवर्ड किया है, उसके हिसाब से दैट सेम लिंक एज इट इज दैट लिंक एंड व्हाट वी हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड विल मैच पिक्सल बाय पिक्सल। आर यू श्योर? नहीं, जिम्मेदारी से बोलना, क्योंकि वो अभी निकालेगा तो फिर तो बहुत बुरी बात हो जाएगी अपने लिए।
मैं एक बार और टेस्ट करके आपको बोलूँ।
तो फिर ये कैसे यार? अगर आप टेस्ट करके चलो करो, ठीक है, देखते हैं, चलो ठीक है। अभी अगर इसके बाद अगर कुछ आता है तो आप छोड़ देना, अभी देखते हैं हम लोग किससे कराना है। मैं कुछ और करते हैं, अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे? वी आर अनएबल टू डू इट यार। इतना टू एंड फ्रो परेशान हो गया हूँ मैं यार। लेट्स सी हाउ इट गोज। उनको पॉइंट आउट करने दो। मैं उसको बोला यू कनेक्ट विद तुफैल, ठीक है, उसके साथ कनेक्ट करो, मुझे बताओ। नहीं अब तुम रहने दो, अब तुम टेस्टिंग करोगे तो क्या जो है सो है। अभी हमने तो डिप्लॉय तो कर चुके हैं हम लोगों ने क्यूए में। हाँ, तो उनको ही बताने दो कि इज इट इन लाइन और नॉट लाइन। अगर फील्ड्स ऊपर नीचे है, अगर ये फील्ड्स हमने ज़्यादा बढ़ाया है तो फील्ड ज़्यादा बढ़ाया है, वो तो उनके बोलने पे ही बढ़ा है, वो तो मैंने मेल लिखा था लोग, राइट? तो उनको बोलना कि ये तो फील्ड्स क्या है, निकालिए, रखनी। बोला तुमने बोला था कि फील्ड्स बढ़ाने को, और कुछ भी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना। बोला नहीं कि हाँ मैं कर दूंगा, तो बोलना ही नहीं है ओके आई एम नोटेड, बोलना आई हैव नोटेड, राइट? करना कुछ नहीं है अभी अपने को, ठीक है। परेशान हो गया यार मैं रियली, तो पहले से ठीक है। चलो आई एम टेलिंग देम टू गेट ऑन कॉल विथ यू, राइट?
ओके,
चलो। Right, friends. So how many of you all could get the swagger done, and the swagger is there? How many of you all, please confirm? You could get the Swagger screen. And how will you get the Swagger screen, friends? What is the URI? What is the URL that you're going to use in order to test it? You'll say localhost http://localhost:/swagger-ui.html. This is what you will be doing. Okay, come on friends, do this. How many of you have succeeded this? Please say done if you have got the APIs listed in Swagger. Okay, very good. Now I'm giving you all another assignment here, friends. I want you all to implement. See friends, this is what I want you all to do. Implement all the other APIs without any body in the method. Okay, just return null from the method. Okay, but the method signature must be perfect. Okay, and which APIs I want you to implement? Exactly the ones that we discussed here. See, these are the ones that I want you to implement, these APIs. So we have done first two is done. This is what you need to implement. Okay, this is what you need to implement, correct? One, and then you need to implement this. Okay, and you need to implement this. Okay, put, and then you need to implement delete this. Okay, all of these APIs you need to implement. Here you